Well, yeah, I mean, it was exactly what we'd worked on the last few days. The guys went out and really bought into the game plan and believed in it, and we really tried to pack the paint. We felt our only chance of winning this game was to sit two or three bodies in the paint at all times, and then close out to the shooters. And we did a good job of that. McCaffrey hit three of them, but if Garza got the ball, he was going to score it. So we wanted to force the kick out, which we did not do a very good job of against Rutgers. I thought we guarded the drive much better. Wieskamp got loose to the basket in the second half on some curls. We started going under those just to try to limit those paint touches. And I'm really proud of the guys. We had a great film session. I know we had a great film session after what was the game, Creighton. And bounce back with some good efforts, but for the guys to come out and play with that type of intensity and effort after a disappointing last home game, says a lot about our guys, and hopefully it's one that we can build on.
What did you see from Thor tonight?
Yeah, Thor was he was unbelievable, and hitting those shots. Made a great play to Ivan. He actually was the one. We ran a little crackback play for him out of a timeout, and he was the one that told Ivan to slip. Or no, it was Kevin. I'm sorry, it was Kevin. Because the last time that we set a flare, they switched it, and he said, "Kevin, slip to the basket. I'm going to get you a layup." And Kevin, I think, got fouled and made both free throws, which I think was the only time we made both free throws tonight. But for the most part, again, the guys went out there and they believed in the plan. They believed in each other. We knew Iowa would go on a run. Talked about that. They made the run in the first half. We responded well to that and finished the half well, which we did not do the other night. Rutgers took control of that game the last 5 minutes of the first half, and then they handled the second half run when Iowa took the lead. Guys went out and made big plays, and Thor was a huge part of that run.
What do you think has Thor's development as a shooter been for your offense this season?
Well, yeah, it's obviously it's very important. You need guys that can space the floor, especially when you have a playmaker like Cam out there, and he and Cam have really played well off each other. And when Cam gets in the paint, Thor does a good job of drifting. He's a great cutter. He had a really good back cut layup out of the corner. But yeah, when you have a guy, as Thor is shooting almost 50% from the 3-point line, you have to have that floor spacing if you're going to open up those driving lanes.
What was the reason for Gervais not seeing the floor?
It's just a decision I made before the game. Went back to the rotation where we played two of our better games of the season against Purdue and against Indiana, and had a talk with him before the game that was the direction that I was going to go this one. And again, the guys went out there. I thought everybody that stepped on the floor made a contribution tonight. I thought Charlie Easley made some unbelievable hustle plays, and that play where he dove on the floor was the loudest it got in the building all night. But Charlie, even though he didn't hit his shots, I thought had a huge impact on that win, and just again made unbelievable hustle plays out there.
Why do you think this team bounces back? You talked about having the good film. What in them allows them to do that? And I guess how frustrating is it that they don't just
Yeah, the big thing again, it was all about bringing a physicality to this game. We played 4 league games now. We played 3 really good games, probably 3 of our better games of the season. The disappointment was Rutgers, but give Rutgers credit. They had a lot to do with us, with that game. And the inability to finish out the first half, and then inability to make the run because of our lack of physicality and guarding the ball, and we let them control tempo because they built that 13-point halftime lead. But for us to come out and again to bounce back with a big win, I just wanted to see us compete. I just want to see us compete and take a step in the right direction, win or lose. That stuff takes care of itself. You go out and play the right way. And, when you go out and play with that type of effort and intensity and follow the game plan the way we did, it gives yourself a chance. So, again, I'm really proud of the guys for buying into it, believing in it, having a great couple days of prep, and then carrying that over to the game.
For as up and down as this season has been, of the 4 Big Ten games, 2-2, and really only had 1 bad game. Having this kind of tangible evidence, does that help with that belief that you guys have already done it now for a handful of games? It's proof that they can compete in this league.
I think so. Yeah, it is something. I was a heck of a team. It's got a guy playing as well as anybody in the country right now. Not just our league. I mean, in the country with Garza, and then Wieskamp's a load. I mean, he's as versatile as anybody in the Big Ten. And they've got role players that go out there and do exactly what they're supposed to do. So for us to bounce back against a really good team and get this one was important. We have 2 really tough road games coming up, and every time you step on the floor in this conference, it's a monster. You got to be ready to go out there and again, if you don't bring a physicality, you're probably not going to win.
I know they didn't do it alone, but Ivan and Kevin Cross just doing what they did tonight, even though they maybe didn't win every battle.
Yeah, I thought Ivan really fought, especially early in that game when we were trying to establish the paint defensively. And, Kevin finished off the game for us. Cam was doing a really good job getting in the paint, and we put Kevin in there, to finish him, or if he got fouled, hopefully to knock down the free throws and stepping back and knocking down that three. Kevin's a guy that, plays with a lot of confidence out there to step out and shoot without hesitation after having, some struggles from behind the line. That's a great sign. I love that. And, both those guys, again, when you're playing against a guy like Garza, I thought we did a great job on him, and he had 16 and 18, but, you got to try to battle him and make his points tough.
Burke had a big sequence at the end with the dunk and then the defensive stop down on the other side too. Is he a guy that you kind of look to in those moments to be that type of guy?
We really just try to go out there, and I thought the guys played off each other really well. Cam obviously getting into the paint tonight, especially in the last 10 minutes, and making the right play. But Burke, flying down the floor, he made a great read on the press offense and getting the dunk. And then walking around and flexing for 5 minutes and then missing the free throw. But, to hit the two big ones late. I mean, obviously we didn't make the free throws when we needed to close out the game, but Burke hitting those two at the end was very important.
We don't talk about him a lot in public, but, with Doc Sadler being on your staff, how much of a help was he in terms of getting this game plan and trying to slow Iowa down?
Yeah, Doc's he's awesome. He's he's such a great asset to have on staff, and the fact that we'd work together and I think work off each other pretty well. But he's one that helps a lot in putting the game plan together, and to go out there and everybody knows Doc from being here for the 6 years with. His big thing is trying to protect the paint. And, we had film session like we talked about the other day, and he was very vocal in that film session. So, to go out there and, every possession, Doc's yelling, keep it tight. And, it's something that we did a good job of tonight.
For the next 5 in conference play on the road, how big was it confidence-wise to head into this stretch on a win as opposed to back-to-back losses?
Yeah, it just, again, I wanted to see us go out there and compete and play the right way. And, if you win this game, great. If not, at least we're taking a step in the right direction and can hopefully build some momentum. And, if you can win the game, great. But, I just wanted to see us come out and compete and make steps in the right direction after a disappointing last game.
The flexing and all that stuff. Do you want to see less of that, or
When it affects you getting back, I mean, you look around, everybody does it now. I mean, it just, it kind of drives me nuts. But, I do want to see our guys out there playing with a swagger. I'll say that. I want our guys out there playing confident and playing, together. And if that gets them going, as long as it doesn't affect you getting back in transition, which I think it has 1 or 2 times this year, I'm fine with it. But as long as it, it doesn't, cause you to lose your mind out there.
Yes, Coach.